It's gonna benefit. I mean, if if the pit gets, if the trampoline gets opened up, it's gonna benefit Dastardly.
Yes, because Coycle has no worries about flying over that.
Exactly.
He can apply pressure within the basic. It's a one big corner.
Right.
You cannot escape the corner because there are infinite corners, and we'll see what's going on. What are these sets coming out? Popper, Burchuck, and of course Dastardly's roast grenade that he was using against.
Catches him right off the bat with that popper. Oh, but Dastardly answering back with a grab.
Fantastic grab there. He called out that landing really well. Let's see what Pineapple can answer with. Popper's a very good arm against Coycle. It has an interesting uncharged hitbox where if you block one, the second one will still curve around the other arms and clip her very well. Charged, it's very easy to destroy, but it also gets bigger as it extends.
Right. Yeah, it covers a large area, especially, which is good against Coycle because when she's floating around in the air,
hard to hit.
you don't have to worry about aiming. She's got such a fast dash.
Absolutely, and Cobra's girth as well is going to help him out landing that because Cobra's girth, as we have talked about previously, is huge. Jumps out of the way, but gets caught it. Even help. And never mind, I spoke too soon. He uses his rush advantage to split that health.
And catches him with it.
And
catch him with a popper afterwards.
Wow.
He's got the life lead now.
But like I said, those popper pokes are going to be the answer that Pineapple is looking for. Right there, Popper's hitbox gets around and into Coyle's hurtbox better than most light arms.
Yeah, that popper is working overtime right now for Pineapple because
and he switches his set. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, on one hand, it worked for him, but on the other hand, you don't want to give your opponent time to adjust to it.
Absolutely.
And maybe he's realizing he was getting hit by those gloves a little bit more than he wanted to.
Maybe perhaps Ashley's catching on to how he's using his popper and Burchuck, so he switches over to the clapback. An honest-to-God, decent double glove counter. You see that Nate bounced back. He had to rush to avoid both the popper and the nade there, and he didn't connect. He had to rush without taking damage.
Yeah.
That was the best option he could have.
And Pineapple just a little far away for that rush before, but now he's catching a rush of his own.
And this is extremely close now. Both players near rush similarities. Pineapple takes a nade. Very unfortunate, but he can bring it back.
Yeah,
that
Pineapple
clapback is doing
here.
extreme work. That defensive play with this clapback, you know that he is extremely used to it. Pineapple is known for this set.
Catches him with that. See, that's the bad thing about having the clapback is once it's out, you're limited as to what you can do if somebody's got their rush or somebody is on your other side and they're about to grab you.
Cobra's only true option is to jump when he has clapback out, and Dastardly knows that. Punishes his landing with rush. Very smart play. But now
right up in his face with it though. Rushes him 345
and
with a 20 to follow up.
Wow. This is now an even game, but Dastardly has rush advantage. He may be down around, but he is looking to use this rush to seal it out. He doesn't have a chance.
Popper out of nowhere again.
Wow, that popper, like we said, poking so well.
Yep.
It is so much harder for Dastardly to react when he immediately dashes in one direction and Pineapple's already there. That popper is extremely fast. Dastardly has no time to react, and its hitbox is designed to hit hard, to hit people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like even though Dastardly is able to dash back and forth, the popper is just covering so much ground that you literally have to be 2 steps ahead of it to get away from it.
Oh, yeah. Or you have to commit to punching it down, which Dastardly is not comfortable doing because he might punch into that clapback.
Yeah.
And then he might punch himself.
That's
He's
a very
breaking
good point.
out the T-Bird to try and get around it, I imagine. On Via, around St. Louis, it is forbidden to take Dastardly to Via. It is his favorite stage. They never take him there. I've never taken him there off of pure notoriety. I don't know how Pine's going to do. This is one of the first times I've seen him there because no one does.
Yeah, honestly, and I can't imagine a more scarier thing than having 2 Thunderbirds flying at you at the same time.
In the corner?
From the same side.
Via Dolce known for being pretty much 100% corners. As you see, every turn has a corner for someone to get trapped into, unless these players are playing extremely far away, which they aren't. Pineapple lands multiple popper pokes. He's going off.
Yeah, and not only that, you can actually, on this stage specifically, you can throw curved arms through the little cafe area there, and not a lot of people see it coming.
Those ropes are only blocking movement, nothing to do with your arms. It throws people off very often.
Right.
But not Dastardly. Dastardly's using it to his advantage. Perhaps Pineapple is not ready for that curved arm to go around his clapback.
Yeah, very good adjustment with this Thunderbird here.
When he goes invisible, I like Dastardly's play a lot with Coil because he uses that invisibility to mix up in neutral. You can mix up with movement in neutral, but throwing off where you are in neutral is something that I only really see Dastardly using. He does not...
It just adds a whole new layer to it, and Dastardly going to take that round with a rush.
Yes, Dastardly's Coil play is not what you'd see on a normal basis. A lot of Coils like to just straight up go for third arm. A lot of them like to go for third arm until you catch on to that, and then they get to short dashes. Not too many use that invisibility tactic.
Yeah.
It creates, you know, your opponent confuses them.
The invisibility for most players just kind of seems like a nice little perk to have instead of actually being able to utilize it into your strategy.
Yeah, and it forces your opponent to look at the ground and look at the shadows, because her shadow does not disappear.
Right.
And you have to now look at the ground and guess where she's going to wake up.
Yeah, but then you have no idea what's going to come at you afterwards.
Absolutely, you don't know what she's throwing.
Catches them with the overhead Thunderbird there.
Fantastic angle with that Thunderbird. He knew where Pine's clapback was going to be. And he has a rush advantage now. Pushing that pressure, he knows that he has rush, but Pine answers with an extremely quick clapback. Like we said, that thing is fast.
Yeah, Pine interrupted that grab before, and Dastardly is paying for it now. Thunderbird not doing as much damage as it was in the first round, but Dastardly is trying to close the distance a lot more than he was.
Cobra evades that rush immensely, and then he gets the clapback punish, gets grabbed afterwards, but he still has a health lead and the rush advantage. That clapback is doing fantastic against him.
He's right up in his face when he catches him with that Thunderbird.
I think he got a little too close. The T-Bird is much better closer than it is at distance. If you're at a distance, you just dodge backwards. The Thunderbird is not going to hit you, but he lands the rush.
And he's going to take that round.
Fantastic rush. He wanted that round. He's not trying to lose any rounds.
No, yep.
Does not matter what it takes. Any round is a loss.
I don't even think he was considering taking that rush into the next round. He just wanted to get that. He wanted to confirm it.
And that's another thing about Coil is that because of third arm, she does build rush much quicker than other characters. So holding rush advantage, especially with the clapback, which overpowers these medium arms that he has, is going to be important. But Pineapple's content just throwing it out whenever he sees the opportunity.
Ooh, gets that rush interrupted by Pineapple there in the corner. That would have been game over with that rush right in that corner. You had nowhere to go, but he's able to catch him with the popper.
The missed timing by Dast on that rush there, because, like we said, the popper is so quick, especially uncharged. It's like the tribal, very hard to react to if you're too close. And it's gigantic when you're far away, just like we see there. It's so much harder for Dast to avoid it when he's at a distance.
Yeah, getting hit with a charge popper, it just... I mean, spinning in the air like that, not knowing where exactly you're going to land.
There we go.
That grab will do it. 175 to close it out.
Pineapple seals out the second game. 2-0. Dastardly didn't even take a round that time. Like I said, he is notorious for not being taken to Via. This might bring up the question, you know, STL's idea of whether or not to take him to Via, because they don't. They simply do not.
Right.
They maybe perhaps don't experience. Like I said, I've never played him on Via simply by notoriety. I ban it every time. He apparently beats everyone every time. Either way, apparently not Pineapple. He does not count as everyone. He's up 2-0 against Dastardly.
Yeah.
He just put up an immense fight against Chateau, the best Japanese player, the only Japanese player in this bracket.
Yeah, again, I realize, like, most players aren't going to take Dastardly to Via, but these are our top 6.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are literally the best of the best that we got here.
That we have. Pineapple is no slouch, and his set is just pressure on pressure. He pokes, denies you any pressure yourself with that clapback. We see it here. Landing the first interaction. And those T-Birds, he just short hops back with that clapback out, and those T-Birds just cannot reach him.
Yeah, Pineapple has the uncanny ability to not only put pressure on, but still be patient about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's constantly putting pressure, but he's being smart about it.
Yeah, he never, I wouldn't say never, of course, but he very rarely makes a mistake when he has the health lead and has you where he wants to. He knows how you're going to try and end that health lead, and he's looking for it. But Dastardly's keeping it close, where the T-Bird can do best, and he lands the explosion, which denies that confirm.
Yeah.
If it was uncharged, that would have worked. That's tragic.
Knocked him up into the air, had the confirm, but he was too high.
That is absolutely tragic.
And Pine answering back with a rush of his own.
He restands him. Yep. Did you see that? And didn't go for the grab. He instead knew that Dastardly would probably expect one, and instead went for the poke, and it landed. Amazing play.
Taking off a lot of life there, but Dastardly closing the gap right now.
Absolutely.
Popper again, finding its mark. Both players just about 2 hits away from ending this.
Oh, absolutely. Now it's getting even closer. One nade will end Pine's life, but not a charged T-Bird. He would have to land a confirm there.
He's got that rush. He's going to use that rush.
He says, no confirm needed. I'm going to land this rush right now and take the round. Like we said, you do not want to hold rush into the next round if you have the opportunity to win a round. You need to win every round at this level.
Yeah, at this level, I don't care if you're one hit away, you use that rush if you can win.
Yes, absolutely. If you have the opportunity to punish with a rush and you're about to win a round, you do it. Like we see there, Pine uses his rushes right at the beginning so they can build his next rush and get a health lead. They're even in health, I'm sorry, in rush, but health is different, and Dastardly knows that he has to put that pressure on now. Oh, lands that grab. Wow. That was immense right around the clapback. Can you believe it?
He's had trouble catching him with grabs on this stage specifically because not only has the popper been constantly coming out, but then the clapback's been out as well.
Yes. Like we said, when he tries to hit that popper down with his medium arms, he ends up often running into that clapback, and then he has to worry about dodging his own punches back at him.
Exactly.
Something you do not want to worry about. Calls out that grab, though. That was very smart.
Hits with that rush, interrupts it all.
Only lands half.
Catches him twice in the air with that.
Wow, that T-Bird placement is perfect.
Goes for the grab, and then Pineapple going to answer back with the rush.
Another restand.
Yeah, Dastardly got knocked back far enough to be able to shield the end of it.
It is so...
He's invisible, one hit away though.
One hit
shield
match.
partially broken. Oh, gets hit with the explosion.
If Pineapple needs to be punished hard, Dastardly is looking for one solid T-Bird into something, or a nade might even do it itself. I highly doubt it though.
Dastardly is just trying to
get a confirm
with that,
and
he
jumped in the air just in time, and he lands the other T-Bird. Two T-Birds in a row, 2-0.
We are now 2-1.
Yes, he takes the game 2-0. It is 2-1 now. Dastardly has to win 2 more, and I feel like he's feeling himself now. His bird angles in that last game are definitely more on point to take care of those popper charge.
Yeah, notice he took him to a smaller stage, and all of a sudden he starts doing a lot better. I mean, when you give Pineapple specifically that much room to work with, that much room to jump around, that much room to move back and forth.
A lot of jumping room, a lot of Cobra dash room.
Exactly.
Pineapple taking him back to Via. If Pineapple was very familiar with the STL scene, I would call this a call out, but these people do not play together as often as Dastardly does against the rest of the STL scene, who do not like taking him to Via. So this is just Pineapple's counter pick. He likes Via, he likes the corners, and I think he's going to do well.
Yep, Pineapple, I mean, he did just beat him on the stage too, so I don't think he's, you know, he's not too worried, I don't think, even though Dastardly did take one round the last time on this stage, but certainly I think Pine's relying on that clapback to help him out, especially in the small corners.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground. Like we said with those curve bumps, they do go around those ropes on the side, but I feel like Dastardly's throwing it a little too early. He's not reacting to the clapback and reacting to where he's going to land when he sends it. He's more so using it to block out that popper, because that popper is aggressive. He keeps sending it, and he keeps poking it. Okay, he, again, hits a charge nade in the air. That second juggle that you get off a charge nade in the air, you cannot
not able to
confirm
finish the rush off.
That's very unfortunate.
Pineapple again answers back with a rush of his own.
No, fantastic play by Pineapple there. It's very unfortunate that he keeps going for these confirms, that if it wasn't such a jump-happy character, he would be able to land.
He's getting the advantage by knocking him down, but at the same time, he's missing out on that rush
advantage. And if he could land a T-Bird in the rush, it would be entirely different.
Exactly, yep.
And again, he goes for it. Like we said,
that is the third time now.
That's 3 times, twice in this round.
Yeah, twice in this round.
I'm surprised because Dastardly is very adaptive. He learns from his mistakes, but it seems that he is too stubborn in trying to land that nade rush confirm. Cobra's too jump happy. You have to hit them on the ground. Yeah. You cannot juggle into it. You have to confirm into it.
Right. The fact that he's exploding him into the air. Oh, Pineapple taking it right there with that rush.
Very even there, but with the rush advantage, Pineapple seals that round.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what Dastardly is going for. He explodes him up into the air.
Yes.
Almost the same thing as if you were to get hit with a popper or a boomerang.
Absolutely.
Where you get whirlwind up into the air.
But the double hit of nade makes it impossible to do.
Right.
And it is just tragic to watch it happen where he should be able to get it, but because Cobra's always in the air, very often at least, jumping, his jump is fantastic. You can see how far he goes. And look at that jump, that little side jump. Can't land that
Just a little
rush.
side hop, gets out of the way of the rush.
Absolutely. And an arm break, too.
Arm break and then wham. Fur chuck right in the face.
Pine is laying on the pressure. He finally dropped that clapback, but it's still working for him.
Yeah,
I feel like Dastardly is a little like he's just questioning
265 rush, and
his
it's plenty
play.
to follow it up.
Oh, the crowd chanting one more round. They're waiting for Dastardly to end his run. Does Pine take it? He is so close. One more hit. He's at full health. Dastardly has to pull off almost a perfect round here to pull it off. Doesn't go for the confirm.
He has the rush, though. And he uses it, and he catches it finally.
Oh, only lands 225. Got a little too
But he
happy
catches
trying
it
to
with
leave the
grab
grenade.
afterwards, too. He can close this distance. He's
I
got
believe it.
time.
Pine is...
But the Burchuck gonna finish it off and seal this up for Pine.
Pine interrupted me even saying that I was going to say Pine is extremely good at disadvantage. He knows his evasive character is that he knows how to dodge. He knows